Oh boy, The Green Inferno. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Think About It Reviews. And this is not going to be a spoiler review because, I really want you guys to think whether you want to watch this or not. If you are into schlock horror, I think this is the type of film for you. It's directed by Eli Roth, and we all know Eli Roth from Hostel, even the Glorious Bastards. But Eli Roth is known for his torture porn, very gory, very in-your-face, shock kind of horror. And it's the same ingredient here in this film. But I think this film, it's definitely all over the place, tone-wise, and acting's not very good in this film. But for some reason, when I got out of this, I was very entertained. Anyway, so I'm just going to lead a little synopsis real quick. So Justine, a college freshman in New York City, becomes interested in a social activism group on her campus, led by an older student named Alejandro and his girlfriend Cara. Jonah, and a member of the group, invite Justine to join, but her roommate Casey, which I thought she was going to be in this film a lot more, but she wasn't, is wary and cynical of the idea. The group plans a trip to the Amazon rainforest to stop a company from logging thousands of acres and obliterating ancient native tribes there. The goal is to film the logging crews with cell phones and stream live footage to raise awareness. Justine, whose father is an attorney for the United Nations, suggests she could bring further attention to the issue through her father's connections. So, yeah, that's basically the gist of it. Justine goes on to this. Justine goes with this group. She's not an activist. She wants to get involved in it. She likes the rah-rah idea, but she's not a big activist. And when we meet her friend Casey, I was like, oh, Casey's going to get it. Casey's going to get it. I'm not going to spoil. I mean, it's not really a spoiler. She's not in the film. This chick that I think's going to get it doesn't get it. So she doesn't even go on a trip with her. So, like I said, Justine does go with this group. There's a lot of shadiness in this group. There's a lot of they want to do this activist kind of mission, but how the hell are they going to do it with no guns and just cell phones? So there's a lot of things that okay, I didn't necessarily really care for this group. Actually, all these characters in the activist group, I did not care for anybody. I didn't give a shit if they died. The only people I kind of cared about was Justine, because she's innocent and all. However, it was her stupid idea to actually, okay, I guess I'll go join this activist group, and everything that goes wrong goes wrong. They go over there, they do their thing, and then something happens where they're stranded and they meet the actual tribe group. And these tribe group, it shows you in the trailer, they're pretty much cannibals. They're cannibals, and they take hostage this group, and one by one, they pick them apart. The other character I kind of liked was Daniel. Daniel, because my name's Daniel. Daniel was actually pretty cool. I actually did like this character as well. He's really started to become a hero towards the second act to the third. Gotta say, though, the acting in this film was terrible. Justine is played by Lorenza Izzo, and oh my god, her friend Casey, Sky Ferreira, horrible. She was so horrible in this film. Eli Roth, it is your job to get these actors, or get actors that can act, but I don't know, the dialogue and the simplicity of the plot, I guess it's not real. How can you really get into it when you know what kind of film you're getting into? Maybe he did that on purpose, but however, I don't want to use that excuse. I hate people use that excuse. Oh, he did this on purpose. He's just making a B movie. Like, I'm paying money. I expect a really good damn movie. But yeah, the acting was not good. It kind of took me out of it some of the times. Everybody was not that great in acting, honestly. Nobody really stood out as the actor or actress in this film. What really got to me was the humor in here. I mean, you got the gore, you got the torture porn gore, you got the shock value, and there's a lot of moments in here where I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. I'm kind of entertained. Not very shocked or like schemish or whatever you want to call it. I could tolerate a lot of violence like that. but like the humor, some of it works, and then some of it's like, oh my, really, dude, really, Eli, you really had to put that in there. Did you really necessarily need that? And my God, you know, I did not want to forget this. I was sitting in the film, I'm like, don't forget, like a mental note, the camera work on here is not good. It's not that very good. So, like in that first act to the second, when they're going to the actual rainforest, the camera is just all over the place. Like, it's so hard sometimes to see what the hell is going on. That shaky cam, that realistic type feeling, and a lot of it, you just wanted the camera to just pick up a little bit more because it was missing some of these actors' kind of head a little bit, the top of their head. I just like pick the camera up a little bit more. So the camera work and the direction wasn't that great, honestly. You could tell it was kind of filmed cheaply. And then the actual gore and the torture and all that stuff, it's just, I kind of laughed. I'm sorry. I laughed through this film. Even at the parts that were gory and supposed to be shock value, because it looked fake. It looks fake. I'm like, no. And then they make it so humorous when they do it. It's just like, this is, I don't know what you're trying to do. Are you trying to make me laugh? Is this really is a B movie? Because it's so funny and comical on when you're like one particular scene, somebody gets their limbs ripped apart. I'm like, that's kind of comical because it looks so fake and it's kind of not cheesy. It's not overly fake, but you could tell like this nothing's going on here. If you're really going to commit to the horror though aspect of it, and I can see he is putting a little comedy in here, but like I said, some of the comedy doesn't work. At one point, somebody shits in this film. I'm like, really? Are we going to Adam Sandler way as well? But if you're going to commit to the horror stuff, there's ways to make people squeamish and really just get into their skin when you're doing something like that. And I haven't really seen it perfected because cutting a person's head, it's very, I bet you a lot of people get like, you know, squeamish and like, oh my God, I can't watch. But there is another way you could do that where you can make it really intense and really just kind of hit home and not let you forget for a while. And I haven't really seen a film really dwell into that. So, but it's this film, it's all over the place when it comes to tone. I mean, sometimes it's a good horror film, or not good, but it's an entertaining horror film. It's a stranded film. It's a comical film. It's a parody of horror itself. I mean, overall, this film, it wasn't that great, but it was entertaining so I was quite entertained for some reason. And I'll give Eli Roth that. He always makes me well, not always, but he entertains me, and he entertained me with this film. Will I see a sequel to this film? Because it's setting up for a sequel. I'm just going to let you guys know right now. It's setting up for a sequel. But I don't know. That ending was just so bizarre. Like, you got to stay for the credits. It's like kind of bizarre. Like, what? Like, there's a lot of what the hell moments. There's a lot of what the F moments. There's one part where a weed bag and the tribe. That's all I'm going to say. A weed bag and the tribe. But overall, if you do like Eli Roth's films, if you like Hostel and all that stuff, I think you'll like this one. If you really do like the schlock of horror films, I think you'll like this one as well. Like I said, I was entertained. However, I was just like kind of disappointed that it wasn't a really well put together horror film. I think what really bugged me the most was the acting and how bad it was. I mean, you can still have a schlock kind of film, but please give me some good acting because it kind of takes me out of it sometimes. So, thank you guys for listening. I'm Dead Man. Keep doing it. Son, please subscribe. Would really appreciate it. I have other reviews, TV, film, you name it. Also, like the video if you like it, and comment below. I would love to hear all your guys' thoughts. And, you know, like I always say, grab a tick, grab a seat. Make sure you got some good popcorn to eat. I'll see you at the cinema, guys. Bye.